Live negotiation with a real estate motivated seller. Hey gang, this is Mike with My Real Estate Dojo. In the next few minutes, I'm gonna pull the curtains back and show you how I negotiated owner financing and a deep discounted cash offer with the seller all over the phone using just a text message without ever going to their home, without even seeing the property. So let me pull the curtains back and get started, guys. The way this deal happened is I advertised, the seller called us, my assistants used my ninja phone script, and they gauged the seller's motivation. He was a motivated seller, so they give it to me, and I ended up giving the offer to the seller. Since this property was not something that I really wanted for myself, I didn't want to get on the phone with the seller, so I used technology, which is, text messaging, and I give them the actual live offer that I'm going to let you guys hear it in a second to the seller. And what happened is the reason I didn't go to the seller's house, the reason I didn't want to get on the phone with them, because it wasn't really a deal that I wanted. I was just going to throw it out there. If the seller took it, he took it. If he didn't, no big deal. I had a lot more deals in it. This deal came in 2016. Today is 2018. So it's roughly about 2 years ago. I happened to find it, and I wanted to share it with you guys. Off this deal, I still made $5,000. Okay, so it wasn't like a deal that it was the best deal. That's why I didn't want to put a lot of time into it. But all I did was did a little advertisement. I used some of the Alchemy Stones trade secrets to generate leads for pennies on a dollar. And then when they came in, I used my ninja phone script. My VAs qualified them, my assistants qualified them, and then they give it to me. And when I looked at the deal, I knew the seller was motivated, but I knew it wasn't a deal that I wanted. Therefore, I didn't want to spend a lot of time on the deal, even though I knew I could make like $5,000. Okay, so all I did is I did a pre-recording message, what I'm about to share with you. Okay, the same exact message that I text over to the seller. I didn't even pick up the phone. I didn't even drive to their home. All I did was record this message. I texted it to them, to the seller, and then the seller decided to go with the owner financing offer. And a couple of days later, I sold it. I wholesaled it out. And for you guys who don't know what wholesaling is, means that I just put it under contract and I just exchanged my contract for a finder's fee or assignment fee. I didn't have to buy the house. I didn't have to use my credit. I didn't even have to put any money down. Okay, $1. That's it, to tie up the property in the contract. And that's what I teach you at the dojo, guys, at Mr. No Fluff. Okay, now let me pull the curtains back, let you guys listen to the live recording. And this is the exact recording that I sent to a seller. Okay, and it wasn't a deal that I was really wanting, but hey, I just give an offer, and I always teach my students to give offers, and the seller happened to accept it, and it was an owner financing offer, which in a matter of like 2 or 3 days or 4 or 5 days, not that long, less than a week, I was able to find a end buyer, and they were very happy, and the end buyer happened to be a landlord, and they bought it, and this property was going to cash flow a lot of money, and they were very happy. I got paid $5. I didn't have to do anything. Maybe the total amount of time I spent on this deal was maybe 24 hours, okay, at the max. That includes finding the buyer, me talking to the seller, me sending the paperwork to the buyer and the seller, etc. Guys, 24 hours to make $5,000, not bad. All right, so let me pull the curtain back without any further delay and let you guys listen to it. I hope you guys enjoy it. By the way, if you like this message, click the like, share, leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts about the offer and if you enjoyed it. Thank you, guys. Hey Gregory, this is Mike with Mr. Investor. You have talking to my assistant Rose and Soraya. I'm actually the cash investor that's going to buy the property. I'm very, very interested in the property. I love the property, and I know I can help you out and help you move to the next chapter of your life. So basically, I buy houses 2 ways, Gregory. The first way I buy houses is all cash. And what that means is that I throw some money into a briefcase, I'll head out to the title company, and I'll give you the money. The good thing with the cash offer is that it's all cash, it's very fast. I pay for all your closing costs. I'll buy your house as is, and I don't have to ask my cousin or my banker or my spouse or my friend or my partner to make a decision. I've been doing this full time for quite a while. I make a decision over the phone and I go through with it. So the great news with me is that I could buy very fast. I make a decision over the phone and I'm going to go through with it. Now, The first way, as I said, that I buy houses is all cash and it's at a deep discount. The second way that I buy houses is what I call terms. In your situation, since your house does not have significant equity, actually has zero equity, by the time you pay your closing cost, which is usually about 10%, 6% realtors, 3% for escrow, title policy, survey, etc. And after you do the repairs, it's roughly right around 10%. So after you pay your 10%, you're gonna have to come up with a significant amount of money out of your pocket if you sell traditionally. So where I come to play is that I'm able to buy your house with terms. And what that means is that I'm gonna buy your house, I'm gonna put a contract out there, we're gonna go to the title company, and then when the deal closes, I'm gonna step into your shoes and pay for your closing. I'm gonna step into your shoes and pay to get the house repaired, okay? Because when you have renters in there, they don't take care of your house like if you're living in there. After that, then I'm gonna step into your shoes and start making the monthly payments on the property month after month, year after year, till I build enough equity into the property. At that time, I'm gonna cash out the loan. So again, I can help you move to the next chapter of your life by stepping into your shoes and paying for the eviction and getting the deadbeat renters out. I could pay for your closing costs, which is gonna be roughly around, in this property, right about $10,000. Okay, I could pay and get the house repaired back up, and then I will step into your shoes, make the monthly payments month after month till I build enough equity in the property, and then at that time I'll cash the loan out. And lastly, I will pay the remaining arrears in the end. I think you're roughly about $3,000 to $5,000 in the arrears, or the house is, and I'll pay that amount out. So in a nutshell, what I'm gonna do for you is I'm gonna pay the arrears, which is about $3,000 to $5,000. I'm gonna pay the closing costs, which is roughly about $10,000, so we're up about $15,000. I'm gonna pay an attorney to go ahead and evict that renter out because they're not paying on the property. Then I'm gonna put some more money into the property to do some cosmetic work to bring it back up to par, because renters do tear it up. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start making the payments on the property month after month till I build enough equity in the property. And once I build enough equity in the property, then I'll go ahead and market it with a realtor, sell it, and then cash out the underlying note. And I understand that some sellers don't wanna, leave the underlying note in place, but the situation is that this is your best worst option, Gregory. And your best option is, of course, hire a realtor, sell it to a retail buyer for top dollars. But in this situation, with the renters being in there, with the house not having, basically tear it down, because when there's renters in there, they don't keep it up like if it was your own house, okay? And because the house has negative equity, it's gonna be extremely hard for you to sell at retail. And if you do sell at retail, you're gonna have to come up $20,000, $15,000 out of your own pocket just to pay off the difference between what somebody's gonna buy it and your closing costs and your repair costs and the arrears and the title policy and etc. So simply put, Gregory, I'm very interested in the property. I could buy the property, and like I said, I buy houses two ways. I could give you all cash, which means I'll throw some money into a briefcase, I head up to the title company. But unfortunately, since your house is in the situation that it is, you're gonna have to come up with a significant amount of money out of your pocket, which if I was you, I wouldn't want to do that, and I think you don't want to do that. So that option number one is not going to work for you. The second option that's going to work for you is what I call terms. And the way that's going to work is I will buy your house. I will relieve you of this debt. I will allow you to go to the next chapter of your life. And then the way it's going to work is when we go to the title company, when we close, I'm going to step into your shoes and I'm going to pay the arrears, which is $3,000 to $5,000 in the back. I'm going to pay for all your closing costs. I'm gonna put the money up into the house to do rehabbing it, to bring it up to par. And then I'm gonna step into your shoes and start making those monthly payments month after month till I build enough equity. Once I build enough equity in the property, then I'll hire a realtor, and then I'll put it on the market and sell it. And then at that time, I will cash out the loan, okay? Now, what this is gonna do is help you move with the next chapter of your life. It's gonna help you, relieve you not dealing with this property ever again, because I'm gonna own it. You don't have to deal with the renters, you don't have to deal with AC breaking, anything breaking. You don't have to deal with city inspectors, anything like that, because the property is going to be all mine and I'm going to be responsible for it. And again, I will start making the payments on the property. I will pay for your closing costs. I will pay the arrears, which is the $3,000 to $5,000. I'll put money into the property to bring it up to par, and then I'll start making the payments on the property month after month until I'm able to cash it out. So Gregory, I'm very interested in the property. I'm very confident we create a win-win situation. If you prefer to go with the all cash offer, that's great. I love buying houses for cash because that's where I make my most money. When I buy houses like this, which are negative equity or marginal equity, I really don't make money till down the line, a couple of years from now. So if my cash offer works for you, you have some money in your savings, let's do it, okay? But if you don't want to lose money, if you're tired of losing money, which I totally understand, if you have deadbeat renters in there, you've already been bleeding. So if you're tired of bleeding, then I can help you out with my terms. And as I explained before, I'm gonna step into your shoes after closing, and I'm gonna make the monthly payments on the property month after month, plus pay all your closing costs, plus pay the arrears, which is $3,000 to $5,000, plus pay to rehab the property. And then I'm gonna have to babysit the house month after month and pay the debt off till I build enough equity, then I'll cash out the loan. Okay, what this is gonna do for you, Gregory, is that it's gonna boost your credit. As soon as I make the rear payments, then your credit's gonna go up again instead of being default. And every month that I make the payments on this property, it's gonna boost your credit as well. And then when I cash out the loan, it's definitely gonna boost your credit as well, okay? So Gregory, I'm very interested in buying the property. I love the property. I'm one of the few investors out here that can pay retail price for a property or buy what I call negative equity property. And the reason is that I'm a professional landlord. You know, my business, I'm not in the fix and flip business like other investors where they have to buy the property at a deep discount. I'm a professional landlord, so I can pay full retail price for it because I have a system where I'm able to put pre-screen renters, good renters in the property. I have property management in place, I have people in place, and we babysit these renters and wait for them to pay off the debt, because right now the house has too much debt. Once the house has enough equity, then I turn around and hire my go-getter broker, and then we sell the property, and at that time we cash out the loan. I know you might have a lot of questions. If you do, please call Soraya. She'll be able to get those questions for you and then redirect it to me, and I will reach out to you and answer those questions. I'm looking forward to buying your house and meeting you and getting this headache off your back, Gregory. If you have any other questions, please text Soraya or Rose, and we'll get back with you as soon as possible. Have a great day.